I really love building apps. It feels like I'm getting paid to play with digital Lego, and I'm pretty good at it too. I earn a very tidy living as a developer, and I've taught thousands of people how they can too. There's just something so rewarding and addictive about bringing ideas to life. But I feel like I'm always building someone else's dream, or equipping them with the skills they need to do it themselves. And I love it, I really do. But I'm a tinkerer, and deep down I've always wanted to build something for myself. So for as long as I can remember, I've been searching for a compelling idea to sink my teeth into. A little corner of the internet that I can carve out for myself, nurture, and maybe even turn into something great. And in May of 2024, I had an idea that got me really excited. See, as a developer, I'm always on video calls. Whether it's giving an app demo, training a user, providing tech support, or coaching someone, I basically live on Google Meet. And these calls always go one of two ways. Either I share my screen and they spectate, trying to memorize every move, or they share their screen and it turns into a game of hot or cold or where's Wally. And it's always bothered me because it would be so much easier if I could just show them where to focus or click. If I could somehow guide their mouse as they use or build the app, the entire process would be a breeze. And so the idea for GuideMouse was born. I immediately registered the domain and started building. But after weeks of late nights and technical roadblocks, my enthusiasm waned and doubt crept in. Previously failed startups, overwhelming complexity, entrenched competitors, overthinking. I'm out of my depth, nobody will use it, it's too trivial of a pain point. So I gave up. But what's worse is that I convinced myself it was justified. So like the hundreds of other apps that now reside in my app graveyard, I abandoned it because, well, the next idea will be better anyway. And for over a year, despite the fact that I faced this issue almost daily, the idea sat in my app graveyard, gathering dust. Until one day, during a digital spring clean, I came across the app again. I figured I would just fire it up for old time's sake. And that little spark, it ignited again. So I made a deal with myself. If I build a prototype, share it, and get a positive response, I'd lock in and ship it for real. I started by analysing what I dislike about the current solutions that exist and laid out a list of non-negotiable features for version 1 of the app. Zoom, for example, requires installation before you can even use it. It's bloated, it's overcomplicated, expensive, and Zoom fatigue is a real thing. Google Meet is a little better, but the quality is mediocre. A lot of basic features like recording are paywalled, and random things like chat character limits are annoying when trying to send a code snippet. So if I was going to build this, it needed to be quick and easy to use, extremely performant, focused on screen sharing, and include tech support focused features like remote cursors and more. For my tech stack, I chose Nuxt, Nuxt UI, and WebRTC. Nuxt because it's awesome and I love Vue, Nuxt UI because it's awesome and it pairs perfectly with Nuxt, and WebRTC because it enables direct, real-time communication between users. And so for the next 72 hours, I chipped away at a prototype as fast as I possibly could. And while it wasn't perfect, it worked. And that's all I needed. So I pulled the trigger and revealed what I was working on to my community. And the responses...
Theoretically, I just click show cursor. And then you can see on their screen.
Oh, dude, I'll take it right now. Trust me. I've done support for 33 years now. It's terrible. So this tool is so exciting. I'm telling you, I would have more hair.
Yeah.
I would be thrilled to do this. I'm telling you right now. Yesterday.
Having this tool would be a game changer. I mean, it's so hard when you're like, no, to the left, no, to the right.
So that spark I mentioned earlier, it grew into a full-blown inferno. I spent the next 8 days in a coding frenzy, maxing out my AI credits and dealing with endless errors. I'm talking about codec confusion, bandwidth blowouts, peer connection problems, WebSocket weirdness, you name it, I dealt with it. The headaches mounted, but after resurrecting this app from the graveyard, I wasn't about to let it die again. And then it was just done. The MVP was done. All that was left to do was click the theoretical ship it button. So here it is, the first version of GuideMouse, video conferencing software that makes tech support a breeze. The way it works is simple. It's a basic video chat where people can share their screens. The difference, however, is that the moment their screen appears on your end, you can click the show cursor button and a remote cursor will appear on their screen in real time like magic. The coordinates of this remote cursor match the exact position of your cursor as it hovers their screen. So whether it's tech support, app demos, training, or helping your dad create a LinkedIn, GuideMouse makes it insanely easy. But of course, We won't always have perfect network conditions or high-end computers, so I've put together another little demo with my wife to illustrate this.
All right, so in this quick demonstration, I'm going to guide my beautiful wife, Natalia, through the process of changing the appearance of her application. But the first thing I want to note is that the camera quality is really excellent, the latency is very low, and it's just really clear and nice. So the second thing is how good the screen sharing is, and that's what we're going to do now. So Nat, if you want to share your screen. So we have a really nice, clear view of Natalia's screen here. And then the best bit about this is I can just click the show cursor button, and now my cursor is on her screen, and we'll show you what that looks like from her end. So Natalia, if you want to go up to settings and then click appearance and then click light and click purple. And that's it. That's how easy it is to now guide people through tech support. Now, obviously there are some optimizations I can make to the latency, to how smooth it is in terms of the actual FPS and stuff like that. It's always going to depend on network conditions as well. But even now on Natalia's 8-year-old laptop, it's working really, really nicely. And for me, as someone who provides tech support, coaching and stuff like that, this is a total game changer. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.
The last thing I want to say is this. The most powerful thing you can build is belief in yourself. And I don't know if this is going to be a success or not, but that's besides the point. The point is to stop overthinking and start shipping, because you never know where it will lead you.